What now? Nah, I'm kidding. I knew all about this, so some of you may have saw a trivia post I done sometime last year on the club page all about this subject. So in Europe, that's what they were known to as us for the 87 comic at the very beginning, was the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. I know it's a bit mental, especially to you guys in America that have never heard of it, can't believe it. But to us, this was just normal. This was our Saturday mornings. That's what we grew up watching, so we just assumed that's what they were called, which is crazy to think. But this kind of took a vast change on all the countries. Every country kind of had their own take on it. Though it all went under that name of Hero Turtles, they all had their wee pinches and changes that they thought made it a bit better, or well, made it safer for kids, because this was all under a Child Protection Act. So I'm going to tell you all about the UK version, because that's the version I grew up on. So the UK version was pretty much brought up, as I said, through the Child Protection Act. They changed a lot of things in it, such as they didn't like nunchucks for some reasons. They tried to cut out as much weapons as they could, but the biggest one they didn't like was the nunchuck. Now, they also took out certain things like let's kick some shell, don't know why. They took out the word bummer because they believed it was some sort of anal sex reference, which is mental because I've never heard anyone use it in that context here before, or ever would think of it in that context. Well, other than the In-Betweeners show.
You bumder!
So yeah, it was a bit mental. It was something that just kind of happened. There was an old wives' tale that kind of went around, and it still goes around to this day, believe it or not, because not many people know why this actually happened. But the old wives' tale was that some kid took a ninja star to the face. Now, I know a lot of you Americans, and myself being a South Park fan, I'm like, I've seen that in South Park before. I don't know if they know about this old wives' tale and that's maybe where they got it from, or if it's just that they happened to coincide, which is crazy. But yeah, it was always like this blame that some kid got hurt and he was the reasons the Turtles was changed forever. But it just doesn't make sense because the Turtles never really started as the Ninja Turtles. But it kind of went on for a few years until, I don't even know the guy's name, but apparently as soon as the guy that made this Child Protection Act for the UK left, that night everything just changed and they just threw it out. Now this is mental because it didn't just affect that cartoon as well, it affected the films with a couple of edits in it. I believe the film was still called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I've seen pictures of stuff where it's been referred to as the Teenage Mutant Turtles, where they just cut out the word completely and never even tried to replace it with heroes. So it was so crazy. But unfortunately, the problem with how much editing that went in to make our version of it, they actually decided to start affecting the US and the Canada version. Not many people realise that, but if you actually watch later on, you'll actually notice that Mickey actually lost his nunchucks and he got that unbelievably stupid grapple hook slash rope, whatever the hell it was. So you guys actually got affected by our censorship, which is fucking crazy. And it sucked because at the same time, just before it, we had the Young Ones, which was still showing at night. We had Bottom come along the line just a couple of years later, which both these shows were unbelievably violent. I mean, technically they were made for adults, but I don't know any adult out there that didn't let their kids sit and watch the Young Ones or Bottom, because it was just pointless and comedy. It was so good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's pointless. You have to watch it if you haven't. It's some great British comedy. But if you can throw someone through a blooming wall, then I said blooming, now I'm starting to censorship myself. Maybe this is affecting me. Maybe it did work. Nah, I'm kidding. So if you can throw someone through a wall, hit them with metal pans in the head at night, how come in the morning it's just not okay to even show a weapon? I guess it's something we'll never really know, other than it was some guy's bad idea that everyone believed until he left and went, yeah, thank God we can get rid of it. But even to this day, you can still find a lot of the merchandise. In fact, I'm going to add a picture of some of the merchandise here, as well as me standing beside an arcade machine, which has led to this video because someone pointed out that it said Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, and that's how mind numb I was to this. I didn't even realise that arcade machine still had its old name. I actually genuinely just wasn't used to it because that's what I seen growing up. Now, luckily, my family kind of managed to get hands on a lot of the Ninja Turtle stuff, so my stuff was always Ninja Turtle. I even had the collective set of the Ninja Turtle stuff on VHS, which was extremely lucky because I remember it was a big thing back then to have them. Like, it was kind of like everyone would know, if we're going to watch Turtles, we're going to watch it with Jay because he's got the ninja version, which at the time didn't seem like a big deal, but now really is. But yeah, so we were kind of pushed with this whole thing, but it didn't affect it whatsoever. I mean, of course it affected the toy line changed a bit, the weapons were took out, but it sure didn't affect the hype behind it. Everyone still loved it, everyone still wanted these turtles. It was just something about these four brothers that really pushed us together. And the more I think of it, are we starting to see that now? I don't know. Anyway, that was just a quick trivia video. I'll leave that last question floating. Please comment in the comment section what you think, because next week's video that I'm going to do, if I do one next week or maybe the following, depends how busy I am, is going to be all about, is Turtlemania coming back? I want to hear your thoughts. Now, I already have my opinion built on it. I already have a sort of script wrote out for it, because that's how professional I'm getting with these, as I'm writing scripts. That and because I ramble on, so I kind of need a script to look at every so often to say, Jay, stop talking rubbish. Kind of wish I'd done it on this video, because you can tell that it's not scripted and I'm talking rubbish, and now I'm going really fast to just finish the video under 10 minutes. Anyway, comment underneath if you think Turtlemania is coming back. Thanks again for watching. Sorry it was a nice short video, I just thought it was a wee bit of trivia for you.